Do you want to know how to pick the best cabin on a cruise ship? Well, stay tuned because today we will tell you all you have to know to book the best cabin for your next cruise.
Can't wait!
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rick.
And I'm Andrea. And as you know, we love to cruise, and after many cruises we discover which cabins we like the most and which one we avoid. By the way, if you like this kind of video, now is a great time to hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss a future video.
What great advice.
I know.
I think we give good advice to everyone.
Absolutely. So what's the best cabin on a cruise ship? Our answer is it depends. Naturally, many may say that suites are the best cabin on board, as they usually are huge, with a separate living room area, sometimes offering 2 bathrooms and a huge balcony. They always typically provide separate area made for meals and some lounges access. Unfortunately, not everyone can afford such indulgences. So, what is the best cabin in each one's price range? Could other things make a cabin better than others? Some cabins are intrinsically good and some not so much. So let's explore them together.
Definitely. So let's explore the different types of cabins and the pros and cons of each type. Starting with inside cabins. Inside cabins on cruise ships cost less, much less. And as a result, for longer cruises, booking inside cabins can be an excellent way to save money. And I love saving money. Also, by booking an inside cabin, you can likely cruise more, and it's easier on the budget. So, interior cabins on a cruise ship are also very dark, making them perfect to sleep in. The downside is that there's no natural light, and the air can get a little stuffy. Thankfully, we have a fix for that. Check this video up here.
Inside cabins are an excellent choice if the cruise is very port intensive, such as those in the Mediterranean or in the Caribbean. Since you are in port almost every single day, chances you are that you won't be enjoying the cabin, enjoying the port and not the cabin. Well, perhaps other than sleeping, of course. For this reason, why spend more? If you are traveling with kids and you're planning to have more than 2 people in the cabin, we are strongly advise you to avoid inside cabin because they can get really claustrophobic. Well, 2 years ago when we were in the Med, remember those families, 4 people in an inside cabin?
Oh my goodness, that's true. Well, we sailed in an inside cabin.
Yeah, and our next door neighbor were like,
yeah, that was incredible. That was incredible. So, folks, let's talk about the next cruise ship cabin. It's the ocean view cabin. These are practically the same as inside cabins, but they have a window that allows some natural light in. So, unless natural light is essential to you, there's really no point in booking these cabins unless the difference in price between the inside cabin and the ocean view is 0. Now, they usually cost a little more than inside cabins, but in our opinion, they're usually not worth the money.
Now, let's talk about the most popular cabins on a ship. Balcony cabins, indeed. We feel that balcony cabins are generally the best cruise ship cabins for everyone. There's little doubt that they are the passenger's favorite. For example, it's lovely to be able to go outside, enjoy the fresh air, maybe a breakfast on the balcony, a glass of wine, a pizza. In some itineraries, the chance of using the balcony are minimal. For example, in cold weather, like Alaska, Antarctica, Iceland, the chances of being able to use the balcony may be minimal to go there and then breakfast.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly not for any extended period of time.
No, it's pretty cold.
Now, folks, how does a cruise to Alaska, Antarctica, or Iceland sound? If you want to visit any of these destinations, give us a like on this video. That way it'll tell us how many of you want to visit these beautiful places.
Absolutely.
They are beautiful.
Absolutely. Great idea. Now, if you are new to cruising, a balcony might be a better choice because most new cruisers think that they might be a little claustrophobic inside a cabin. Some cruise lines offer an upgraded premium balcony option as well, and these are practically the same as a standard balcony cabin, but with a bigger, larger balcony and with a higher price. Another type of the balcony are mini suites. Some cruises are called the junior suites, and these are balcony cabins with a larger space inside, larger balcony, and sometimes a bathtub. These upgraded balcony cabins can be a great way to accommodate small family in the same cabin due to a larger layout. Some cruise lines offer perks associated with these cabins, like dedicated restaurant area or priority boarding or stuff like that, which is kind of nice to have.
Yeah. And lastly, we have suites. Folks, suites are my absolute favorite.
But we've never been in a suite.
Yeah, but that's not the point, you know. In my mind, suites are the best, you know. So, okay, suites are considered to be the best cabins, and indeed the most expensive cruise ship cabins on board. They usually have a living dining room separate from the bedroom, and some suites can have more than one bedroom and more than one bathroom.
Absolutely.
And some suites have large wraparound balconies, and even on some there's a separate lounge or a private bar for guests that are traveling in the suite. And sometimes there's even suites that are connected with the spa, oh my god, and have unlimited access to the wellness center.
Excited much?
Oh my goodness. And some suites even have a butler. Oh my god.
Oh boy, it drives me crazy. So back to the initial question, how to pick a cabin on a cruise? We think that these are a few things that you want to consider. As a general rule, the best cabin on the cruise ship, regardless of the type of cabins, are the ones located on the lower deck, in the middle of the ship. Cruise ship cabins located on the lower deck and midship rock the least when the ocean is rough.
That's right.
As a result, you will feel less symptoms of seasickness. For the same reason, those are usually the most expensive cabin in each category.
Yeah.
Of course, if you don't get seasick like us, then this doesn't matter. By the way, you can check our How to Prevent Seasickness video up here.
Oh yeah, great idea. So, folks, another important thing to consider when picking a cabin is noise. You don't want a cabin that's in a noisy area. So how do you find that out? Well, the best thing to do is to check the deck plan. Make sure to pick a cabin that's surrounded by other cabins. Cabins below a lounge, the buffet, the gym, or a club tend to be so much noisier. And also avoid cabins that are just above the theater or on the same deck as the main pool, even though these are our favorite ones. I mean, I love the pool, and being able to get to the pool quickly is just awesome. Well, at least for me.
Yeah, but sometimes there are kids running around, so if noise is important for you, avoid those. Cabins all the way to the back of the ship, aft cabins, tend to be noisier because they are right above the engines. They also tend to vibrate a little bit when the sea is rough. Cabin all the way to the front of the ship can be noisier when anchoring, but that only happens just in tender port, and generally early in the morning or late at night when the anchor is lifted. Another source of noise in port are tender cranes. For example, when the cruise ship stops and visits tender port, cabin close to the tender crane will get really noisy.
Yeah, and you know what else? Cabins close to the elevators can be noisy because people tend to go in and out of the elevators, especially at night. But they're also convenient because they give you quick access to all of the different areas of the ship, like the pool and the spa. So look, some people love them and some people hate them. Another important thing to consider is what you like to do on the ship. If you're planning on spending most of your time lounging by the pool and sunbathing, then you want to consider to pick a cabin close to the pool deck. But if you want to spend most of your time indoors, like at the casino or playing board games like bridge, then book a cabin close to the main deck where all the lounges are.
Bottom line, the deck plan is your best friend when booking a cabin on a ship. Another question we have asked a lot is which side of the ship is better? The port side, which is the left side, or the starboard side, which is the right side? In this case, the answer is depends. First, it only matters if you're booking a balcony cabin. If you're indoors, doesn't matter. If you have an inside cabin, you don't pay anything, so it doesn't matter which side of the ship you are. Second, it depends on the itinerary. If you know that you are going to sail by a particular landmark that you really want to see from your balcony, make sure that your cabin is on the right side. How do you know that? Well, the best way is to ask someone that has sailed that itinerary before, or ask the cruise agent, and they'll find out for you. For example, when we booked the Panama Canal, the cruise agent told us the best side to see the old canal was the port side.
Right, interesting. Of course, on our last cruise ship, on our last sailing on the Grandiosa, we picked the port side because we wanted to be sure that we would see the volcano. Unfortunately, we did not check to see that the ship would actually pass by the volcano. We just assumed that it would.
Well, they kind of changed the route midway of the cruise ship because of the weather conditions.
Yeah, we went through a big giant detour.
So we didn't go by the volcano, so it didn't really matter which side we were on.
Exactly. So folks, to summarize, if we've been on the itinerary before, we often consider an inside cabin on the cruise ship. You see, since we've seen the ports before, we would instead rather save some money. And sometimes with a little luck, we get an upgrade. Inside and ocean view cabins, in our experience, are usually the one we get upgrades on. Yes, it's possible to get an upgrade, so stay tuned for a future video about cabin upgrades. And by the way, folks, if you haven't got already, hit the subscribe button. Go ahead, that way you get it first. Look, folks, on an itinerary that we never sailed before, like in a cold destination, we'll consider booking an ocean view cabin, as our chances of using a balcony in an icy destination are slim, but we still would like to see outside. Also, avoid cruise ship cabins that are directly below bars, nightclubs, pools, the buffet, or the gym. Noise from above can severely impact your quiet time.
Consider cabins that are closest to the area you like the most. For example, if you wish to spend time in the sun, consider a cabin close, but not too close to the pool. When we are traveling to a new destination and in a warm destination, we almost always book a balcony cabin. We like to be lounge outside and enjoy the new scenery. Sometimes there are exclusive perks attached to the balcony cabin. For example, drinks or gratuities if you book a balcony or above.
That's right.
In that case, we tend to book a balcony, so we take advantage of the perks. For longer cruises, we tend to book a balcony cabins on a cruise ship. After 10 days on an inside cabins tend to become a little claustrophobic. In case the cruise is in a particularly scenic itinerary, like Antarctica, for example, a balcony cabin becomes a must.
Yeah. Well, folks, we hope that this video will help you book the best cabin for your next cruise. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave us a comment below because we will answer you guys. We will answer you guys back. Well, folks, thanks for watching and
see you next time.